all morning long. And the big question still right now, how exactly do you stop this thing? How do you stop this spill? Well, BP hoping this top kill might work, but they've also set up a tip center to take some ideas. They've already taken more than 70,000 of these things, add another 20,000 emails to the 70,000 calls, a wide variety of responses. Let's give you a few now that BP, in fact, taking a closer look at. This is one we reported on a while back. A hairstylist suggested stuffing pantyhose with human hair. The stylist says that will help soak up the oil in the water and says the idea was actually tested by NASA and, in fact, it worked. Another idea, a Texas Tech professor creates non-woven cotton and says the cotton booms remain strong when wet and a single gram of the cotton can absorb 40 grams of oil. Also, another idea coming from Kevin Costner. You may have seen this one. Yes, the actor we're talking about here actually demonstrated his group's idea in front of BP officials in New Orleans last week. And he's with a company called Ocean Therapy Solutions. They said they have a machine that spins the water quickly to separate the oil and can process 210,000 gallons of water per day. Also, a man named Tim Johnson has come up with an idea that he calls the squid. It involves a heavy ring attached to a reinforced tube that collects oil as it floats to the ocean surface. One more to share with you from Alan Peterson of Florida. He says he has a fabric that he calls X-Tex and that it absorbs 20 times its own weight in oil. I want to take another look at another idea that's getting some attention. This one is called the Smart Sponge. Now, the inventor is joining me now from Mountain View, California, to explain how this works. This is an interesting one. Smart Sponge. Now, I think you have a demonstration for us as well. But first of all, just tell me what this thing is.
Well, actually, I'm not the inventor. The inventor is Glenn Rink, but this is Smart Sponge technology. It was developed in the mid-1990s, and we brought it to the oil industry. It's a patented polymer that absorbs hydrocarbons out of water. We originally brought it to market under the acronym OARS, Oil Aquatic Recovery System, and the oil industry didn't pick up on it. We spent a couple of years trying to crack into the industry. They had their own proven traditional methods that just didn't want to break away from. This is a little more expensive product, but highly more effective. It absorbs hydrocarbons at a molecular level out of water. And
okay. Now, what effect, Mr. Brown, is this going to have? Because we're talking about oil here. You think you have something that could work and could help. But could you produce this and have it have an effect on this large of a scale with a spill this large?
Absolutely. We've got a unique presence in the marketplace there. We've redirected our factories and everything in the last 4 weeks to be producing full time. We can create booms and filtration boxes.
How quickly could you do that? How quickly?
Well, we're producing them right now. Actually, we've got a warehouse in Phoenix, Arizona that's full of material, and we're actually, quite frankly, just waiting for an order. We've been waiting for BP, and we've been working with them and talking to them regularly, and they just haven't pulled the trigger for whatever reason yet.
They haven't pulled the trigger, but you are in touch with BP. I guess you have gotten at least some good feedback from BP, correct?
We certainly haven't gotten any negative feedback. They haven't said no. We've been in contact with their Deep Horizon Command Center. We've registered with every state. We've done all the forms and brought our products to their attention. We're quite certain they're aware of it. And
you're ready to go, it sounds like.
We're ready to go. We're ready to go. We want to get our products down on the water and get them deployed.
How wide of an area, and again, we're going to have the demonstration for our viewers here. We're going to let them show it to us here in a second. But how wide of an area could you cover with this stuff you are producing? I know you're still producing some, but give us an idea. It's a massive area out there of this oil. How much could you have an effect on?
Well, it is a massive area, and really, we're not the first line of defense. We aren't the containment booms, but we are what we call the last line of defense. Our absorbent booms can absorb oily sheen water and prevent it. When I saw these oil sheens going into the marshlands in Louisiana last week, it just sickened me because I believe we can prevent that from occurring. And the pristine beaches in Florida, we can lay these booms out across those areas and actually absorb the oil. It's not just moving it.
All right.
And then it can be removed, and the water will not leach out of this product as you're pulling it out of the water. It's permanently bonded to the product.
All right, last thing here, we've been waiting, so I think you have a demonstration you can give us of it in front of you. And so kind of talk us through it, and quickly we'll show our viewers what's happening here, and you tell them what's happening.
Yes, this is our Smart Sponge product, and this is just some regular tap water. I'm going to take a vial full of oil and diesel fuel here, and I'm going to mix it into the tap water, and you'll see I'm going to shake it up here. And then I'm going to take this oily water mixture, and this is at much higher levels than stormwater runoff, but probably comparable to some of that very oily water you're seeing along the Gulf Coast.
All right.
And I'm going to pour it through our Smart Sponge media here. And as you'll see, the water actually flows through the media, but the oil is retained in the media, and it's permanently bonded. And so as the water flows through, the oil is retained. This material can actually be taken to a landfill. It will not leach out. It is non-hazardous. Or, it can be burned in a waste-to-energy facility at about 18,000 BTU. And it can create about 350 pounds of spent Smart Sponge, fully absorbed, will create about 1 kilowatt hour of energy.
So as you can see here, that sponge, the oil is not going anywhere. It's not going to seep out, and it looks like all you have that came out in that tube is the water.
Clear water. The oil's in the sponge.
Well, Mr. Brown, I guess a lot of people might be saying, get that guy down to the Gulf after seeing that demonstration. But this is what this half hour is all about. You are one of, again, tens of thousands now who have these ideas and quite frankly are trying to help. I know you got a product you're hoping to sell as well, but still a lot of people have good intentions and certainly want to help down there. Mr. Brown, we appreciate you being with us today.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we hope to follow up with him at some point, and maybe BP will be using that product, just one of a number we're sharing with you in this half hour. So stay with us. Another solution coming up a little later, another demonstration as well coming your way. Okay, that's great to hear. I want to hear more about that. Actually, hope we get to that a little more this morning. But thank you, Bonnie. We'll check back in with you. But again, we are focusing this half hour on solutions to that oil spill. Thousands of people have been submitting ideas, tens of thousands to BP. We just talked to one guy, had something called the Smart Sponge. You saw the demonstration. He put the oil with the water. He poured it through. Clean water came out. The sponge soaked up the oil. Well, coming up next, the man who says BP can help clean up the oil with peat moss. He has a demonstration he's putting together right behind me, and you're going to see that right after the break.